Out of all the watches I own, I've never had my wife say, "That's such a cool watch," or "Wow, that one is actually really nice," etc., etc. I've never had my kid try to steal a watch out of my watch box until this watch. So that is saying a lot. And the watch we're talking about is here, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. The Watch Dad here, back with a review of a crazy watch that I've had the luck of reviewing and talking about. And yeah, so first things first, RIS Check. I have my San Martin SN0109. It's homage to the Tudor Black Bay GMT. There's that. And the watch we're talking about today is the CIGA Blue Planet. Don't worry, it's kind of dim in here, but I'm gonna have a lot of B-roll to look at this thing. So like I was saying in the intro, um, I've had a bunch of watches. You guys have know the watches I have. And as soon as I got this in, well, first of all, thanks to CIGA for reaching out. They did offer to let me keep this watch in exchange for this review. So that being said, I'm not gonna lie or be biased in any way because there is some drawbacks to the watch. Minor ones, probably nitpicking, but again, I'm not gonna blow it up and this and that just because they offered to let me keep the watch in exchange for the review. So that being said, I am gonna keep it because I do like the watch very, very much. And like I said before, as soon as I got the watch, my wife knows my watches. She has never ever been like, "Oh my God, that is such a cool looking watch. It's unique, this, that." And I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting that kind of reaction when she saw it. Um, my kid, my 8-year-old boy, I get him into watches. He loves wearing watches. He is always trying to want to wear it. He's always, "Dad, can I wear the Earth watch? Dad, can I wear the Earth watch?" And I'm like, "No, you cannot wear the watch." Because I know the moment he wears it, it's gonna. But anyways, so no. But he loves it. He loves how it looks. He loves how it moves. I showed him a time. So if you've never heard of the CPHG Challenge Prize, it's pretty much like, well, CPHG, they hold it every year. It's like the Oscars of watches, the Academy Awards of watches, right? This Blue Planet in 2021 won the Challenge Award, which in 2020 was won by the Tudor Black Bay 58. So that's saying a lot for something like Chinese made, which is fine, but it's a Swiss, everybody's thinking of Swiss watches, this and that. They win a lot of things. But this was actually won by a Chinese watchmaker for the innovation. And it's amazing. I'm not going to get into too much detail on unboxing and things like that because there's other videos out there doing the same. But I just want to give you my 2 cents on how I feel about this watch and how it wears. And honestly, it's very rare that I get stopped and somebody says, "Hey, oh, nice watch," or this and that or whatever. But with this thing, if you're looking for a watch that people are going to stop you and want to ask you about it, this is the watch to get or to consider because it is a conversation starter. A lot of people see this on your wrist and it shines and it's big and it's blue. The earth is there and people want to ask you. I don't know how many people have had me ask about this watch when I'm wearing it, more so than any other watch I own. For me, is it like an everyday? I mean, anybody can wear whatever they want. For me personally, this is not like an everyday watch for me because I have other watches that I like to wear. So I'm not going to wear it all the time. But if I want to wear something nice like a suit or anything, it'll go. It'll go with anything. It'll go dressed down, dressed up. It's just, everybody's different. You can wear it no matter what. So it goes. You can wear it every day. As far as the movement, I'll put a time lapse to see so you guys can see how this thing actually moves in real time and in fast forward mode. But on their website, it says that it's a specially designed movement for the watch, right? The watchmaker specially designed the movement for it. Upon my investigations, though, I think from what I read, it's a Siegel movement that they modified specifically for the watch. That being said, there's a ghost position. If you pull it out to the first position, it's a ghost position, so nothing happens. It just the crown just moves, right? Until you pop it out one more time, and then you can adjust the hours and the minutes. So I'm like, well, if it's specially designed for this watch, why is there a ghost movement? So that's kind of one thing I wish it didn't have. Because again, if it's designed for the watch, why is there a ghost movement? It doesn't make sense. There's some people like online that I've read that they've said, they don't that it takes them a lot of time to get used to like actually reading the time. But look, the all the hour markers on the watch, they don't move. So it's like a regular watch to where you have all the hour markers right in the same position that they're always at in on watches. The only thing that actually moves is the globe and the compass. Uh, but the minute markers actually rotate counterclockwise a little bit quicker, and you see that when you're winding it. So, if you have watches and you have a watch on your wrist all the time, even though you're going to check the time, you kind of already know what time it is or what part of the day it is. So you're not going to struggle finding where that compass is, that compass that points to the hour and the minutes. So you get used to it real quick. Um, my 8 year old looks at this watch a lot when I have it on me, and he has watches. So when I explained to him how you tell time on this watch, he got it right away. So if my 8 year old can tell the time on this watch, if he can find the compass and see where it's pointing and see the minutes, anybody can do it. So yeah, you shouldn't be worried about not getting used to telling the time because you can tell it pretty easily. It's got a cool case back, display case back, and it's I think 46 millimeters, 22 millimeter width on the band. There's another version that has like a butterfly clasp for the band, which looks nice. I wish I had that one, but this one's cool too. One more thing that I don't like nitpicking is I don't like watches that don't have screw-in crowns, so you have to actually wind the watch when it's the crown is in the closed position, which is all the way in. So, so that being said, since I have to wind it with it in the closed position, I wish the crown was a little bit bigger because I don't know what it is about my fingers, but after I start winding these watches that have these, not screwing down crowns and where they're winding in the closed position, my fingers hurt because some of these watches have kind of stiff winds. This one has a little bit of a stiff wind, and the crown is tiny, so I wish it was bigger. But other than that, the watch is great. The watch wears well, even though it's 46 millimeters. It doesn't really feel big on the wrist. It's not heavy. So, yeah, if you're thinking about this watch, or if you want something that, if you want people to stop you and talk to you about a watch, if you want to start conversations because you're wearing a certain watch, this watch is the watch to get. It's one of them to get. I'm sure there's others that people might, see on your wrist and catch their eye, but this for sure catches the eye when it's on the wrist. And again, you can wear it with whatever you want. I've worn it dressed down. I've worn it with long sleeve shirts, suits. So it just goes. It goes with everything. So yeah, again, CIGA design, amazing, amazing watch. $1,000, I believe this is. You can get it on Amazon for a little bit less, I believe. There's a little bit more expensive versions of this watch. I don't know exactly what they are. There's like a gold one. There's a brand new watch that they just made. It's a Mount Everest like homage to like not homage, but it's like a they made a special watch to commemorate something about Mount Everest, and it has a tourbillon, and it's dope. It is super nice. So yeah, their innovation is they're ahead of the game with innovating. So yeah, check them out. You won't regret it. Again, yeah, CIGA Design, Blue Planet. Watch that out. Check me up on Instagram at the Watch Dad. CIGA Blue Planet.